Hey there, and welcome back to another edition of Celtics Roundtable here on the Boston Celtics news feed. It is opening week for the Boston Celtics. I'm incredibly excited. This is why we do this, people. I'm joined by my brother Jonathan and Lucky's Pipe. I'm Jon Ignal here, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the Celtics' 3 games this week. The first one is against the CAVS, Tuesday, 8 p.m., at Quicken Loans Arena. It's on TNT. We're going to have a special guest on to help break down that game. That'll be coming to you on Wednesday. Guys, we heard today that Marcus Morris is out with knee soreness for at least a week, and that Jason Tatum is going to start the first game of his career, and he might be matched up against LeBron James. What are your thoughts on this?
Low-key, I think this is great news. I mean, what a better way than to throw the rookie into the fire against a questionable LeBron James. This is a great opportunity. He'll get his shots. He'll get his minutes. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for Jason Tatum.
I think LeBron James is going to play.
Oh, well.
Something tells me.
Well, then Tatum. I mean, you're going to start with Gordon Hayward matched up on LeBron, but Tatum and Jaylen Brown are definitely going to switch on to him. It might be a long game.
Yeah, I think that's...
I imagine Smart's going to get a turn, Ojale, and even Yabu, perhaps.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll see both Shemi and Yabu and maybe Tice? Or,
No.
Yeah, one of
the two.
Yeah, right.
I think Semi's got it right now. I think he's a little head up on the depth chart.
They both should, theoretically be good LeBron defenders. They can at least match him strength-wise. How many guys in the league can you say about?
4.
Cool. 4.
4.
You might be right.
And Yabu,
and the ghost of Karl Malone.
Yeah, Yabu's kind of like a baby giraffe out there flying around the court. He could fall on top of LeBron pretty easily.
Well, Jason Tatum was asked about this, and he said, quote, "It went good in my head." It's going to be a little bit of a baptism by fire. I think Tatum's going to get a good chance at him.
I mean, he knows.
Anyway,
he knows the strength of all good masters. It's just you got to visualize success. So he's hit step 1, and tomorrow we'll go to step 2, where LeBron James is just going to be stone cold shut down by my boy Jason and Jaylen and Gordo. The triple threat.
And Marcus, skinny Marcus, you got to throw in there.
Yeah, to end the games.
What excites me about that starting lineup is, and Marcus Morris is a pretty skilled player, and he rates out as about an average NBA player. And he's probably better than Tatum right now in a vacuum. But with Tatum, the Celtics can play just a little bit faster, and he can switch onto guards a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a better fit with that starting lineup than Marcus Morris is, or if the Celtics are really committed to playing fast. If Marcus Morris is out a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, who knows how long it's going to take to resolve this. That spot could be Jason Tatum's to lose. I don't think it's just going to be gifted to Marcus Morris, especially if Tatum, succeeds in that role. I'm really excited for it. Let's move on. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just kind of say it's kind of wild, and I'm liking it because I've always wanted Stevens to just commit to the small, versatile guys over playing big, but he always used to like to start big, so that's why I was always just gonna assume that Baines was gonna get the starting nod. I know he's been a little hurt with the knee soreness, but hey, man, get those wings out there.
I mean, it seems
we know the Cavs are going small, right? They're gonna have Kevin Love at the center and LeBron at 4 to start the game. Tristan Thompson's gonna be coming off the bench, so the Celtics probably don't want to put Aaron Baines out there on Kevin Love. It's just sort of the new rule in the NBA. When the opposing team goes small, you have to react.
It's true.
And
heard a good.
You want to be the one forcing it, I guess, upon your opponent rather than them on you. So, but I guess this is mutual now.
Yeah, there's a good article floating around the interwebs about that. I think.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I think you made it, man.
No plug? You're just gonna. That's a perfect plug opportunity, Matt.
Well, that's your job.
Check out Matt's article on nylon calculus if you want to see how small ball has really picked up in the postseason over the last couple of years. But, I think the Cavs are actually doing the Celtics a favor with their new starting lineup not going double big, because Tristan Thompson eats up Al Horford. It seems like every time they play on the glass. Isn't that where that meme came of that same game where Horford was afraid of the rebound? That was against the Cavs. You know, I'm sure Tristan Thompson will get a lot of minutes and maybe even close the game. But, you know, if Morris is out and you're starting Tatum, Al Horford's not going to have to run around the perimeter chasing Kevin Love, which is, I think, going to help the Celtics.
Aaron Baines is apparently going to be available, and he remains on pace to play in Tuesday's opener, although he did sprain his knee in a preseason game. Cavs are a weird team after picking up Rose and D Wade. They have shooting bigs with Kevin Love, who's going to stretch the floor. Jay Crowder's a pretty lethal 3-point shooter, at least when he's left open. LeBron's 3-pointer comes and goes. Rose and Wade definitely can't shoot at all. But the Celtics kind of seem like well-equipped, I guess, to guard at least this iteration of the Cavs, with Horford being able to move his feet and Tatum being able to cover as well. So maybe it'll be like Aaron Baines in those Tristan Thompson lineups, spare Al Horford. But I don't like. I'm kind of interested to see how this Cavs team adjusts and how they figured things out. Derrick Rose has apparently been playing really well, but I mean that backcourt shouldn't be able to defend a lick. I feel like without Isaiah Thomas on the Cavs, that Boston might be right there, at least right now.
Yeah, I think they're favorable tomorrow. You know who else is pretty excited about this lineup? Like Doc Rivers, because honestly, this is the most Doc Rivers team I've ever seen by not Doc Rivers. I mean, these guys are all like 2008 All-Stars, like guys that probably scored 30 points on Doc Rivers in 2008. So, I mean, it's 2017 now, so we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't be that optimistic, but maybe D Rose has a big comeback year. We'll see.
D Rose has looked really good in preseason, as has D Wade, but durability's been the question with these guys, and this 3-game sample size wasn't enough for me to be sold. But
well, neither one can defend right now, and neither one can shoot. So
the days of good defense are well behind both these guys. But this team is built to score points, the Cavs, and it's just gonna be a matter of who can score more. I think the Celtics have the edge with Tatum because of his ability to stretch, and I don't think Jay Crowder is going to get the open shots if LeBron is gimpy.
And like you were saying it, John, like the fact that they had the biggest advantage they've had the last couple of years is Tristan Thompson and just their size, and their front court, and now they've sacrificed the front
and
court.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, now you have to worry about JR coming off the bench, a disgruntled J.R. Smith.
Yeah. Does he go? What way does he go? Does he go like, oh, I'm not going to shoot, and he just like passes it, or he's just going to like take all the shots? Just like if he touches the ball once.
I think we know the answer.
I think it's the latter, Lucky. I don't see J.R. Smith becoming a playmaker.
For me, I'm kind of curious to see the ball really whizzed around in the preseason. It was kind of incredible to watch. I felt like the way the ball moved was at least with that starting unit, was, I guess, more consistent than I guess we've ever seen it, at least during the Brad Stevens era. I know it's like a small little sample against not great teams, but at least from what I saw, it's like I don't remember the 16 or 17 Celtics really whizzing the ball around quite like that. I want to see if it continues against some better competition. I know these Cavs aren't great defenders, so I do expect it to be, but I wonder if in like a real game setting where there are actual stakes in this, even though the Cavs haven't historically always played like there's great stakes in the regular season. I still want to see if the Celtics can do it in a real game. Although I do think the Cavs want this one really bad. I think Kyrie is going to get booed in his first game back in Cleveland.
Probably.
Just a hunch.
That they got to show them they're alive. I mean, give them that.
It's just going to be a really satisfying moment watching Kyrie play defense and distribute the ball.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny thing is because like everybody's saying, oh, like old Kyrie is going to come back as soon as the regular season starts and he's just going to start jacking up shots. But I don't really think so. Like I think he for whatever reason. I think he likes passing the ball. I think he likes getting really wide-ass open threes and hitting them at a high degree. I think this is going to be great.
I just can't wait till he crosses up LeBron. That's going to be the meme of the year.
Yeah.
Kiss for days.
You know how the crowd's going to react when they go one-on-one, which is going to happen. It's a long game. Yeah. Hopefully Kyrie comes out on top. And I think they're both kind of there's a little bit of animosity on both sides. All right. Any final thoughts that you guys have? What are you guys looking forward to in this game one?
Wide-ass open shots. Threes specifically, but open shots. Lots of passes. And a win.
And a win, definitely. I'm excited to see Marcus Smart on Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose. Skinny Marcus. Yeah. I mean, Big Marcus could hang with Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade. Skinny Marcus might be able to strip him if they try to put the ball on the floor, so I'm excited for that.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about that Marcus Smart. His extension deadline is today. So far, we haven't heard anything. But first, I want to tell you all about Greats, makers of the all-time greats, classic, stylish, and comfortable sneakers sold at a great price. Greats is Brooklyn's first sneaker company. They sell all the greats, classic styles, made the best for less. There's a wide selection of both men's and women's shoes. Comes in tons of versatile styles, suitable for any occasion. Plenty of different colors and materials to choose from. Their best sellers include the Royale Lace-Up and the Worcester Slip-On. I think you've seen the Royale modeled by, was one of Evan Valenti or Jonathan Levy. But they look pretty good, didn't they? You can check those out along with lots of other styles at greats.com. We've got a special deal right for our Celtics Roundtable audience. Just save 15% on your first order by using our offer code Celtics Roundtable. Just go to greats.com, that's GREATS.com, and be sure to enter Celtics Roundtable to save 15% at checkout. Greats also believes so much in their shoes, they offer a no-risk return and exchange policy to guarantee that you get the right fit in a style you love. Just go to greats.com and enter our code Celtics Roundtable and save 15%. I don't think the Marcus Smart extension is coming. I could be proved wrong by the time you're listening to this, but I just think that restricted free agency is just going to be too tasty for the Celtics, and that there really probably isn't that much risk. I guess that Marcus Smart really, like we all expecting him to make a leap forward with Skinny Marcus and the fact that he's entering his fourth year, but I don't think that the Celtics are betting on him to become like a 38% three-point shooter and just command this like massive offer, even though he could be like a most improved player candidate. I know we're all might be disappointed to hear this news, but I don't think it means the end, or I don't think it spells the end for Marcus Smart's time in Boston. I just think that restricted free agency is just going to be too tempting for Danny Ainge to pass up.
See, I'm really upset by that. I think Marcus Smart has the potential and might make that leap this year to become an Avery Bradley type player who can pass the ball and make plays. If he can get to an average three-point shooting level, I mean, we know he has a high volume, so there's going to be a lot of misses in there and a ton of heat checks, like the most heat checks for someone who is not a very good shooter. Marcus Smart, he's versatile on defense. He can hit the three. He can make plays. He's a winner, and he's tough as nails. I don't know what else you're looking for. Like, yeah, there's bigger names, but Marcus Smart at that price might be the right move.
Yeah, I'm not probably dissuaded to think that Ainge isn't going to sign him. I just think it's going to be expensive because I think he is going to hit like around 38%, maybe 37%, but at least above his number. Oh, heck yeah.
But what about the heat checks?
Oh, I'll be happy if it's like 33.
Like,
I'll be thrilled.
Guy has nails. The new mechanics are legit, and I think he's just gonna let it fly. I think a lot of them are gonna go in.
Hopefully, he finishes a bit better around the rim. That was one of his major strengths in college. It hasn't translated so far to the NBA, but he looked pretty good at it in preseason, getting a little bit more elevation. We saw some of those dunks.
A little bit more elevation.
I don't know.
And he's getting around his guy a little bit faster. And honestly, if like they're covering him closer, at least in the preseason, because he was hitting like 60% of his threes, so they're actually like giving him respect. So it's making it easier for him to blow by him and get to the rim. All
right. Well, last bit here. Right after the Cavs game, the very following day, the Bucks come to Boston and take on the Celtics at 7:30. Uh, the Bucks fan base is still glowing, it seems, for him. Kevin Durant saying Giannis could be the best ever to play the game. He did have a pretty historic season last year. Is Kevin Durant crazy, or is this a possibility?
I mean, he's no crazier than the Celtics Reddit fan base, who says the same thing about Jaylen Brown, including.
Oh, that's all true, my man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess Giannis could be the best ever. He can dunk from half court in like 2 steps. But, I mean, a lot depends on that 3-point shot, and a lot of things need to go right for Giannis. But, KD also loves Aaron Baines. We should mention that.
No, he's definitely one skill away, so that makes it pretty good bet. But still, if he's like 25% from 3, he's not going to be the best ever. If he's more, he very well could be, because he can do pretty much anything.
All right, last bit before we sign off here. We got our predictions for the Celtics and the league at large. Jonathan, who's your MVP for the Celtics?
Kyrie Irving. Ask me who my MVP for the league is.
Why don't you just tell me?
Kyrie Irving. I think, Russell Westbrook gets Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. He's probably not going to win the MVP. Just by having Steph Curry and Clay on his team and Draymond, Durant's at a little bit of a disadvantage. Same thing with Harden and Chris Paul. I think Kyrie will average around 9 assists a game and pretty easily score at least like 25, 26 points and be on a 50-win team. Sounds like a great recipe for an MVP season.
I think they're going to need more than 50 wins. I think we got to be talking like 55, 60 for him to be really in the conversation. It's not crazy, though.
79.
Okay.
It's not.
Who knows? We'll see.
He'll be on a really good team. That's like part of the formula. What about your rookie of the year?
I got Malik Monk. With Batum going out, he's going to have plenty of opportunity. They're really thin on the bench. And Charlotte's overrated to begin with. They were overrated last year. I don't think they're that good. So Malik Monk is going to start chucking, and he can make a ton of baskets. So he's going to average probably the most points out of the rookie class and win that award.
Yeah. If Tatum's starting, I don't think he's out of the conversation. We'll see. We'll see how many minutes he gets, but I don't think he should be ruled out. Although Danny Ainge seemed eager to do that.
Lucky, what do you think?
I think Tatum's definitely in the conversation now that he's starting, but my boy Jonathan Isaac is just going to block everything under the sun, so that might be a good bet. I know people you don't usually vote for rookie or any award really based on blocks, but maybe this year's the year.
In your heart, yeah. John, the most improved player.
Carmelo Anthony. No, most improved. Oh, geez.
I think this one, if we're going to go Celtics, and also if we did what you did in the first one, he might be overall league-wide is Jaylen Brown. I could see him being most improved, from a guy that couldn't get a positive in floor stats at all to this year. He's probably going to be playing most of the time with the starters, ending games. He's going to have a green light, and he's going to be defending.
Didn't he have like a ridiculous...
Players.
Yeah, didn't he have a ridiculous defensive rating during the preseason?
Probably.
I think it was like something like the 70s or 80s. Best on the team.
Yeah, I mean, he was shutting everybody down between Kemba, Marvin Williams, 4s, 1s, probably some 5s. Who knows?
Yeah. No, most improved. I got Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Canadian sniper.
Defensive player of the year. Quick predictions.
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. Yeah.
But seriously,
Can
Kawhi
guard 4
Leonard probably
positions,
still.
or Gobert.
Goobs.
Could this be the year that Brad Stevens wins Coach of the Year?
Better be.
Finally, it's been long overdue.
Any other year, you might be able to give it to Brad Stevens, but this year, it's going to Brooklyn. It's going to Kenny Atkinson. Nets are making the playoffs.
Wow.
Just going to make the Celtics front office look like geniuses. But,
that would be hilarious.
Nets making the playoffs. Kenny Atkinson is your Coach of the Year.
Yeah, as long as Stevens could get on the top 5, I think he could have won it last year, but he was nowhere in sight because they had to vote for D'Antoni and all those guys. So let's just get him on the list first.
Who really cares about Coach of the Year? Wasn't Doc Rivers the Coach of the Year and then fired at the end of the season when he was with the Magic?
I think that was a little bit later, but I think George Karl in the same year.
Yeah,
Snake.
I don't think Brad Stevens is at risk.
Coaching for his job, man.
Yeah.
All right. So there you have it. There's our mini Cavs /week/season preview. We didn't get to talk a little bit about the Sixers, but we saw enough of them in the preseason. Although it is kind of interesting that Markelle Fultz apparently is not going to be starting.
I mean, when you're the number one pick, when you're the number one pick and you shoot free throws like that, I don't think you deserve to start.
Yeah,
you got
well, Ben Simmons doesn't deserve it either. So
shooting like Shaq, free throws.
Yeah. No, Sixers fans are going to descend on us. But not today, because we're wrapping up here. If you like the show, hit the like button and subscribe to CLNS Media if you're watching us on YouTube. If you prefer to check us out on the go ahead, subscribe to the Boston Celtics news feed, which is available on your favorite podcast app, or you can also download the CLNS Radio mobile app. You can give us a follow on Twitter at CLNS Roundtable. Find all our videos on Celtics blog. I want to thank Lucky's Pipe and my brother Jonathan for coming on today. Tomorrow we'll have Tuesday tirades with Evan Zaire, maybe a guest there too. They're going to be talking a little bit more detail about the upcoming Cavs game. We got a lot of great content for you this week, so if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. I want to thank you all for tuning in for this Monday Matt Bag, and we'll see you tomorrow.